and the verdict. Check the record. They got 3,000. We had to stay up night and day because they had different shifts, you know. Okay, that's why I don't sleep at night now. Okay, night and day. Most riots happen because of the response, no, not response, reaction by the policemen. Most riots on the street. I was there when Chicago riot took place. Okay? So my point is, if they're not trained how to respond effectively, then we will always have that. It doesn't take but one or two policemen to do it. The rest of them have to come to their aid. You get my point? Because that's your duty. And guess what? Policeman is the only one out of everybody in every law enforcement, every combat person, whatever, that has the legal authority to be the judge and the jury and the executor without any other consultation. Because if that policeman feels, I ain't saying that it's got to be, feel that a life is in danger, he's authorized by law to take a life. And then you can discuss it later. Only one. Not even in the military. You got to have orders in the military. You can be sitting up there, but you don't decide to shoot until you get orders. Yeah? If you don't get no orders, hey, you can be shot. But you can't shoot until you get orders now. All right? But a policeman doesn't have to have orders. He's his own judge, executor, prosecutor, okay, and what? Coroner. That's who needs to be trained. But you got to get the agreement from the top. Now, how do you do that? Hey, just like you get your roads paved and your schools done, okay, and your lights, just through voting, you've got to have you a constituency that is ready to, okay, change, okay, the folk who represent you. This is something you don't know, and I'll tell you this. It's not a question you asked. You've heard of the U.S. Institute for Peace in Washington, D.C.? It's federally funded. U.S. Institute for Peace. You know how it got started? You heard of Elise Bowley? Okay, she formed a committee with Jim Lowry. Okay? You heard of Jim Lowry? Okay? All right. And what happened is, that's Miss Bell. They got this commission. There had been 155 proposals to establish a Department of Peace or Peace Academy, okay, in Washington, D.C., funded by the government. 150 ever since George Washington. I mean, President George Washington. None of them passed. Okay? Guess how this one was, guess how they got the institute. Andy Young, the Andrew Young we know, was in Congress for 2 years. That's when he used to have 2 years, remember? Yeah. Remember that? Y'all don't remember that. Yeah, 2 years. The one thing he did do was introduce a bill in Congress. You know what the bill was for? The bill was to set up a commission to study proposals for a peace academy. There you go. Somebody gonna vote against
a proposal
to study.
Right.
Yeah. So you know who the chairman of the commission was? Nasagawa. Nasagawa. What is it? Nasagawa. From Hawaii. Senator. Is it Nasagawa? Look like that. Masanawa. Masanawa. Yeah, I got it. Okay. He was the chairman of the commission. Now, what we had to do was to to get involvement of the citizens. So, to get this bill passed. So what we did was set up hearings. If you're going to study proposals, who needs to know about the proposal? Your elected officials, congressmen. Out here in Oakland, California, you check your record, okay? You set up a hearing, and we had other people from peace groups and all that on the panel, and what they did was the people came and presented proposals. We sent them out a proposal to look at, you know what I mean? And they modified it sometimes, and others just gave the proposal. So they had hearings so that the congressmen could get people and get feedback from the constituents. So many people turned out, like right here, okay? The folks, we knew we could depend on you guys, so we didn't have to worry. But we went into some of those other areas as well. And so what happened is that Congress came back and voted to set up, okay, the commission to establish now the U.S. Institute of Peace. And I was a consultant who came up with a strategy of getting the involvement of the people. So key to what I'm saying is, you're not going to change anything at the top until you're able to get the constituency to give direction to the elected officials. We had training in Providence, Rhode Island, of the entire police department. In Miami, Florida, I just told you the entire county. Okay? All the county policemen. All right? That's what's needed here. You need to put, okay, your forces in play to get the law enforcement to go through the nonviolence training. Some of y'all got to hurry up and get clarified so you can help with the training. You get my point? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right? And yes, I'll be here if y'all get the policemen to agree to get training. Okay? Now, the last question had to do with the situation with a young person being killed. And how do you what do you do in response to that? Same thing with the Trayvon, okay, Martin situation in Florida, okay? You mobilize a coalition. You got to have an organization. You just can't have loose folk going around complaining and picketing. No, you bring together the leaders or the representatives from these different church organizations, women's organizations. In other words, if you have no women groups involved, you ain't got no movement. Oh, you know about the Montgomery boycott? Oh, they decided to have a one-day boycott on December 5th because Rosa Parks was arrested on December 1st. They got together and said, we need to boycott these buses. So they had December 5th was the boycott. And they were going to wait to see how many folks participated in the boycott and how many empty buses they had. In the meantime, Joanne Robinson, the professor at Alabama State University, went and started cranking out flyers telling people the boycott was going to continue. She had a women's political organization. By the time the men met, okay, all right? Well, there's another part to it. The white media found one of those leaflets and knew that those black folks were up to something sneaky, so they put the leaflet on the front page of the newspaper and announced the boycott. You got to have these women involved, okay? And these groups. And the next thing you got to be able to do is demand a hearing. You have to make sure that you have a voice, that they understand.